Own Backup protects against data loss and corruption by providing enterprise-level control of data across all your Salesforce orgs from a single dashboard. Interactive graphs make it easy to identify Salesforce data changes over time, and automated daily backups protect your Salesforce data, metadata, and attachments. Manage proactively with customizable smart alerts that notify you whenever data is added, changed, or deleted. Quickly search your entire backup archive to find specific records, remove records individually or in bulk, and stay compliant with internal and external regulations, including GDPR. Compare backups at the click of a button to locate the exact point at which data was lost or corrupted, and recover lost data quickly, regardless of scale. With Own Backup, you can restore data records with their corresponding parent-child relationships down to any level of granularity. Speed up development with Own Backup Sandbox Seeding and Replicate to create anonymized test data sets in minutes, while advanced key management and access controls help to keep your data secure. Backup, compare, recover, replicate, and comply with Own Backup for Salesforce.
We were just a bunch of nerdy kids who ignored the haters. We took their ridicule and we built on it. And when some of us gave up, well, we built on that too. Built resilience, built on a mission to make things a little better every day until the users came. Then the haters were VCs who scoffed at our audacity. This just isn't the way things are done. But we kept building. Users turned into teams, turned into companies, running their entire businesses on our apps. Then the software giants came after us. We weren't proven, we weren't fully featured, our radical cloud model wasn't secure. But we built on. And today, as companies adopt the cloud to move faster, teams are finding themselves slowed down by each other's efforts. The skeptics are claiming we'll never develop innovation at scale. But now, DevOps have come to the cloud, ushering in a new era of transformation. Companies can release on demand across hundreds of environments, innovating faster with fewer conflicts and fewer disruptions. There will always be challenges. There will always be naysayers. And we'll build on.
My topic for today is why business analysis skills are key to becoming an awesome admin. I know that any of us who are admins want to be an awesome one. If you want to connect with me on social media, I enjoy using Twitter for Salesforce only things, Vegas Mama Ohana, and you know a little bit about me already if you know my Twitter handle, and you can find me on LinkedIn as well. I love learning from the Ohana in those areas. So just a brief intro to my Trailblazer story and why this topic is important to me. I've had the great opportunity to work remotely for several years. I think my interest that I've been in the Salesforce ecosystem 8 years, that's like more my remote work history, and a little bit less than that working with Salesforce, but super thrilled that I've had the opportunity in that time period to learn Salesforce. And before learning Salesforce, I was happy with my career, valued the flexible remote role that I was fortunate enough to have, but felt the need to further my education in order to feel greater job security. But my educational journey, I had a roadblock there with my growing family. It was just harder to keep up with that. And I was fearing organizational change, that awesome role I had was not necessarily secure, and how would I replace such a great position, even with the education I was pursuing. So around that time, Salesforce was becoming more and more a part of my role, and I was becoming the go-to person, and I realized that I really found my niche. I just enjoyed working with Salesforce, empowering those around me with greater productivity and understanding their needs and being able to meet those. So I shifted my focus to developing my Salesforce skills and making that kind of my path forward as far as career growth. So some of the challenges I faced in that initial exposure to Salesforce helped me understand how vital business analysis is. And that's one of the reasons I'm happy to talk about it today. Business analysis skills, why do they matter? First of all, it's about ensuring that the right problem is being solved and the right solution is being built. And one of the things you will see over time is that the quickest solution might not be the right solution, and it could mean costly problems down the road. So user adoption will go up when the right solutions are being built. After analysis, you might find that what the users thought they wanted is not the right solution. Like, they can even get on board with that after proper analysis is completed and everyone understands what the issues are that need to be solved. So what we have seen today and recently is that increased agility is required. It just is in our current situation. I know that I've seen that some of the changes I was looking for months or even over a year on my Walmart pickup app are like happening. They're releasing updates like every other week at this point. So we see that increased agility is needed right now. So we really have to master the business analysis phase if we're going to keep up with the need. And one of the people I'm really happy to have with us today is Ian Gotts. I want to give a shout out to Ian because he is kind of a really important voice in our ecosystem when it comes to business analysis. And he reached out to me and offered to support me in preparing for this session. So I'm able to share some really cool things because of that. So I really appreciate that. Oops, my animation is not what I thought here. So business analysis is key. And if you want to be an awesome admin, this is, as Ian calls it, the hidden superpower. So let's prepare ourselves to really bring the solutions we want to bring to the company we're working for. And it's so rewarding to do that kind of work. So we're going to unlock the key to success by learning business analysis skills. And these skills are going to help you stand out in all of the right ways. So why is that? Truly, not everyone has the skills. Business analysis, you don't need to know business analysis in order to pass the exams that I've taken anyway for the Salesforce ecosystem. So it's not on the exam, and not everyone is studying it in order to progress in their career. Also, not every company is investing in quality business analysis, whether it's time or money or both. Not every company or team is willing to take the time and invest the money in that. But I want to tell you that that doesn't mean that you can't do your best to practice it, to learn these skills and practice them and make them part of your own brand and what you bring to roles. One of the things we share with our Supermums trainees at Supermums Training is that 68% of technical projects fail. So just let that sink in for a moment and realize that it's worth it to work on these skills and set ourselves apart from the 68%. We want to do better than that. We need to do better than that. And one of the quotes I love that Ian shared is that analysis comes before automation. Just check the dictionary. So we think we want to automate, we want to improve these processes, we want to make it all better, quicker, faster, stronger. We have to do it in the right way. So make sure that we're completing the analysis needed. And as we mentioned before, user adoption is going to reveal whether the appropriate analysis was completed. So if your users aren't using it, then something's wrong. The right problem wasn't solved, or the right solution wasn't implemented. Something isn't quite right with that project process. So I hope that you're here because you're at least a little bit passionate about business analysis or curious about it. So if that is you, I want to encourage you to practice your passion. You may need to invest in yourself and in this interest and passion in taking some training, taking some time, and growing this skill. And one tip that Ian gave was do an awesome passion project. Like, do a complete process plan, and maybe it's about, like his example was his hobby, his music group that he works with, and making a process map all around that. So choose a low risk project that can be high yield, because if you do that really well, you're going to then be able to practice those skills and improve those skills on your work projects as well. And I want to encourage you to know your tools and know your value. So I've been able to increase my salary and my earning potential by growing these skills. And you may think, well, anyone can use these tools, like, why do I need to use it? Nobody else is, blah, blah, blah. But if they're not doing it, just see it as an opportunity for you to grow and really bring something valuable where you're working. And as I mentioned, process mapping, you want to use, find and use what your users will understand. So I want to give you a quick peek at Elements Cloud, which Ian introduced me to. That's from their company. You can try it for free, and I want to show you, if we have a moment, what that looks like with a really cool process map. And then you can get passionate about best practices and say, no, we're not going to just do it in production because that's quicker. We're going to really plan this. We're not going to give them everything they ask for at the first moment. We want to follow best practices and really map these things out. And another tip I like to encourage people to embrace is that you can automate to show your value. I encourage everybody to look up a session from Nana Gregg, and I always forget her colleague's name. They presented at Dreamforce last year about having a small team. And one of the things they talked about is that they automate, they have a flow that they add as a subflow to all of their new flows. And that flow creates a record indicating that their flow was used. So every time this automation they created is used, that's showing their leadership. They have numbers they can show their leadership about, this has been adopted, this is working, this is being used. And so you can, when you're using these tools, you can really show your value to your employer. And that gives you something to talk about too, if you're looking for a new opportunity. And I think we have a moment, so I'm just going to switch over here. You can still see my screen, right, Nikhil? I'm sharing something from Elements Cloud.
Again.
Okay, so this is a really fun example, especially considering we're at this amazing community event right now, Virtual Dreamin. This is a template in Elements Cloud where you can get an example of how this tool can be used to map out a process. So this is planning an event like a community conference, and all of the steps that need to be completed, the team it's assigned to, and then when you go here, it can take you to that next stage in the plan and to a deeper level. And you can see how readable this is. People don't have to know what each shape means. It's super readable and easy to use, and I just think it's awesome. Has anybody explored it? I'd love to hear in chat if anybody has started using Elements Cloud. I'm going to go ahead and go on, but I'm going to review chat in a few minutes. So Ian gave some examples that top-down process mapping saved $198,000 per day for a construction firm. And in another occasion, a 4-hour workshop consolidated 40 processes into one, saving 40 hours every week for a nonprofit. So that just goes to show, when you're willing to invest that time and go through this perhaps painful process, if you haven't been doing this before, to get that done, you can make so many improvements and make such a big difference to your company. So one of the things you're going to need if you're going to start doing this in an environment where it's not being done, you're going to have to be bold and brave. And I want to just encourage you, be willing to get outside of your own comfort zone. Be willing to be the one that's always saying, but why? But why do we need this? Tell me more. Be willing to be part of the solution. Don't just say, they're not willing to plan this again. They're not willing to take the time for it. Look, it's not going to work. Be part of the solution instead and say, look, this is what I think we need to do, and do it. So don't be afraid of standing out. If you find yourself standing out and like it's not really welcome, there might be a team where it is really welcome. And we need to be strong enough to not build the solution until there's real clarity about what's needed. And I'm inspired by the team I work with at Supermums to be bold and be brave and to stand out for all the right reasons. So I hope you are surrounding yourselves with people who encourage you in that direction as well. So Supermums, at Supermums, we really believe that business analysis is a key skill to becoming an administrator, especially an awesome Salesforce administrator. We do include business analysis training in our Salesforce administrator training, and we have an additional course for consultancy skills where you can up that knowledge. And Heather Black, who teaches the course and put together the curriculum, is certified in business analysis. I cannot remember which certification she holds, but she said for anybody who enjoys that course, it's kind of a good pre-work to prepare for that certification if it's something you're really interested in. But I hope that you'll follow us on social at Supermums Global. We're trying to share as many resources as we can, especially these days. Also, if you know about our mission and you're interested in supporting it, you can visit support us at supermums.org, support us. And if you're interested in our trainings, you can visit us here as well. And I want to give a shout out to those who support our mission, our partners, just like the partners who have supported this today: Validity, Exponent Partners, aka CRM, and Google Slides is hiding what this Accenture, of course, how could I forget? So those are the ones who have supported our launch in the US. Supermums started in the UK a few years ago. We've supported over 200 mums in retraining into Salesforce careers. And here are some additional resources I want to share. And again, Ian helped put these together for me. What I wanted to do was actually copy them and put them in chat. So let me go down here. I have a nice, easy to copy list I can share. And put it in the chat. Where's my chat? Zoom's not cooperating on the chat, but I'll be there in a moment. So there's the Salesforce Business Analysis Chatter Group. There's the Architects Trailblazer community, which is also another great resource. There's a trail mix for building your Salesforce business analyst career. And recently, Tony Martin put together a Salesforce Business Analyst Virtual Summit, which you can still get access to, even though the summit is over now. A lot of great resources there. And Ian has put together a lot of great resources at elements.cloud/BA, including a free PDF you can download, and you can get access, try out that awesome Elements Cloud tool that we looked at. I would love to hear, Nikhil, have there been any questions come through that I could talk about? Let's see. Where can we learn business analysis skills, Elizabeth? I see that question. And so some of the resources I've shared today are good places to start. And I feel like our courses at Supermums are a great intro to business analysis. I have not taken the consultancy skills course, but I know that is a big chunk of the consultancy skills course. Plus the other resources I've shared today. There are business analysis certifications. They are not specific to Salesforce. So they're, for technology industry in general, but not specific to Salesforce. And Satish asked, is Supermums only for mums or for everybody? We are thrilled to have some dads among our community, some non-parents among our community. Really, our course is geared toward people who are looking for flexibility in the training and in their job search, because we aim to partner with companies who are open to remote working or flexible working. And also, one of the things we're able to include in most of our courses, although I'm not sure about the consultancy skills course, we're able to match our trainees with volunteer work experience projects through our consultancy partners. Two of those I mentioned in the US are aka CRM and Exponent Partners. What is your advice for moms returning to work at Salesforce during times like these? Oh, Sita, that's a difficult one. I'm not 100% sure if you mean that haven't been working and now want to begin working, or they are thinking about going back to an in-office workplace during this difficult time. Oh, I was going to paste that here too. Somebody asked about this. Oh, but let me try. There, I pasted in the resources I meant to paste a few minutes ago. Chat is working for me now.
I think I'll copy it for all the attendees. You can continue with the
Thank
question
you.
and answers. Yeah.
Thank you. So as far as advice for moms, I think we're all winging it at this point. It's been a tough time. I had the great fortune of already being used to working from home, already having spent, you know, a lot of time working with my kids in and out, and many times not enough childcare. And then for a few weeks, my husband wasn't working through this, so that helped me as well. But during this time, I think definitely know where your support sources are and find time to talk with people that you need to. Let things go as much as possible, and accept the current situation. Like someone asked me earlier, how can you keep up as a mom balancing so many things with the speed of learning and the speed of things in the Salesforce ecosystem? And I feel like a big part of that is, for me, is I have to accept my own pace. So I'm really proud of what I've been able to accomplish, but my inner critic will sometimes say, well, look, you know, my colleague over here is, you know, has a lot more badges, a lot more certifications, or whatever, is going faster than I can right now. But I have to accept my own pace and not let it diminish my own accomplishments, and be proud of those.
Brooke, we are already out of time. Can you just quickly check out the Q&A session?
Yes.
We have some couple of questions over there. Maybe you can answer them.
High level, what would you say are the differences between business analysis and consultancy skills? So business analysis is like part of a group of consultancy skills. So I'd be happy to chat with you offline about that, Allison, if you connect with me on LinkedIn. What do you do when you stand out too much, when you're the BA solution architect, QA documentation trainer, etc.? Try to empower those around you would be my tip. I have a passion for helping out moms who have a hard time getting back to work. I would love to start something similar. I know Salesforce moms are similar. Is there someone who I can speak with? Check out our volunteers page and let's talk.
Let us connect with Brooke on LinkedIn and Twitter. Thank you guys. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.